Oh, okay. Shalom, Sean 24 Price. What's going on, man? Okay. All righty. Let's get it in. Family's fine. How's yours? You dropped something, baby. Who was that out there? So yeah, I want to come here today and do a little sharing with you all. And some things I've been thinking about. I just want to share them. Melchizedek, come here. Go upstairs in my room and get that for the phone and get that shoulder bag. What for the phone? Oh. And the shoulder bag if it's up there. But anyway, yeah, I want to come on here and share with y'all something. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Thumbs downs are good. I haven't even said anything. Somebody gave me a thumbs down. That's all right. That's all right. Thumbs up, thumbs down. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I mean, I'm an open book on here, you know. And maybe they got a good reason for give me a thumbs down before I say anything. Maybe they don't like the way I look. But anyway, whatever the case may be. Okay, look in the back room.
You gotta start cutting grass.
You know, we are in the land of our captivity, so you gonna get a thumbs down just for being an Israelite, a black brother who know who he is, a black brother that know who he is. That's worth putting a thumbs down. You know, that's all right though. That's all right. He said he a prophet. He's teaching his people. You know, I mean, hey, I mean, those a lot of value, a lot of what I was going to say, a lot of pertinent reasons of why people would give me a thumbs down. You know, like, I mean, who does this guy think he is, trying to deliver people out of slavery and slavery mindset? Who does he think he is? I don't blame him. It's offensive. I mean, people want you to stay a slave, you know, so they're not gonna warm up too nicely to you liberating people. But I got a book I've been reading. It's called Ibos. Okay, I've been reading this book. All right. And I haven't read a lot of this book. I haven't read a lot. I'm only on page 11. But I'm amazed at the person that's narrating this story. Right, or a black Esau. Esau, he come in all shades and colors. I believe that. Believe that. It's the spirit of Esau that I watch out for the most for. But anyway, I was reading this book and it's just really interesting. The guy that's wrote this book. Oh, by the way, this book was given to me as a gift from the Gray family. The Gary family. I keep saying Gray, but it's Gary, the Gary family. Okay. They gave me this book as a gift. Okay. I'm happy. Hey, what's going on, P. Holmes? And so I was reading this book. And, you know, I just see how our people just go astray. I just see. Now, these people, the guy who wrote this book is an Igbo. All right. So he is what we would call an Israelite or a Hebrew Israelite. All right. And the people he sat under, let me see. It says, with immense delight and pleasure, I introduced this great thesis on the Hebrew origin of the Igbos, the Ibos. The author's in-depth research into the many facets of the Igbo history has made him a distinct and outstanding scholar of our times. Now, watch this now. My father was a clergyman of the Anglican faith. Okay, we know that the Anglicans, they hate us. Okay, but his father, an Igbo, was a clergyman of the Anglican faith. As a matter of fact, not too long ago, the Anglicans came out and apologized for their role in slavery. Okay, in particular on the west coast of Africa. So there you go. But I'm just, this is nothing against the author. This is nothing against his father. but it's just there's an overarching vibe. Become great in this captivity, quote unquote great, you know, and it don't sit well with me. So my father was a clergyman of the Anglican faith, known in Nigeria as the Church Missionary Society. He was converted to Christianity at a tender age of 12 and ran to stay with the white missionary at Onisha, 3 miles away from my hometown. Obusi, he eventually became the headmaster for 15 years before going to the Divinity College, after which he was ordained a reverend minister. He worked very closely with the famous Dr. Baston of the Anglican Mission, who wrote the book entitled Niger Igbos. Dr. Basson was a missionary scholar whose intense research and findings acclaimed him an international scholar and was recognized by King George V of Britain. He gave my father 20 of his books, which he distributed to those who could read and understand English. I was always reticent and bashful about the photographs in this book that he had 10 naked Igbo virgins with bangles on their legs and arms. When I complained to my father about these pictures, he simply told me that it was exactly what he, the writer, Dr. Baston, saw. My father reminded me of the terms of the contents of Yahuwah's curse on Hebrews, Deuteronomy chapter 28. In nakedness shall we serve our gods, little g. Brief, Dr. Baston established that the Igbos were Jews. So there's an Anglican man that established that we, Shalom, Mariah, Israel. I'm reading the book you and your husband sent me. I'm just touching on some little stuff, just touching on it. Okay. So and say shalom to your husband when you see him on my behalf. This Dr. Baston is the one who established that the Igbos are Jews. He established this. And it's really interesting to me that Dr. Baston was the leader or master of the guy who wrote this book. Okay. He was the master. When I say master, what I really mean, that's not the word I really want. He was oh boy, what am I looking for? But the guy who wrote this book, his father was the protege of Dr. Baston, who was an Anglican missionary. And it was the English missionary, Dr. Baston, who established that the Igbos were Jews. In fact, Jews. Dr. Baston was the teacher of the guy who wrote this book. Let me stop calling him the guy that wrote this book. Professor Onwuki Onwukiwi. Professor Onwukiwi Alaezi. Okay, so Alaezi's father sat under Dr. Baston, who was an Anglican missionary, and he became a Christian, of course, and he also became the headmaster of a school. His father even lived with this Baston guy. And it's just like there's a pattern, you know, of how we are always duped. We're always duped by missionaries. We're always duped by missionaries. Always. We love some missionaries, you know. They better not come with a bag of rice and some shoes. They better not come digging a well. And I get that, y'all. People have necessities that they need. But what are you going to give for your soul is my problem. You know what I'm saying? We never know. It seems like all the times that we have been tricked, duped, and bamboozled, we never know that at the end of the bamboozlement, trickery, subterfuge, that we have to give our souls. And when you become a Christian, that's basically essentially what you're doing. You're giving up your soul. You're giving your soul to a whole nother religion, a whole nother Elohim. And it's so sad. It's like I've seen all of our leaders do this. All of our leaders, the great ones too. The ones that I even admire for certain things, they have done it. It's like we really don't know how to deal wisely with them like they know how to deal wisely with us. And I know it's because of the curses. And when I say curses, I'm not talking about from the standpoint of view of the curses as it relates to in the vein of yeah, exactly. It's like we're easily duped by a bucket of blood, a bucket of edge gel, a bucket of chicken, and a bucket of front lace weave. And a bucket it's horrible, y'all. We'll see a bucket of blood and we're like, ooh, you know, we don't even know that the blood is ours and that people died. We don't know it. Even though there's a pattern of this, we don't know that. We're like, ooh, you know, we start bucking our eyes. We get happy. We start twerking. And next thing you know, we done sold our souls. And I understand, y'all. I understand that these captors that are over us right now are as gods to us. They really are. They really are as gods, judges, however you want to say it. They are. We have no power over them. I'm speaking of them as gods in that vein. Okay? We have no power over these people. Now let me say this. Let me reel that back a little bit. The reason why we have no power over these people is because of the way that we seek power. We seek power over them. We seek power from them to have over them. That's never going to happen. So when I say we have no power over them, I mean in that respect. So let me give some clarity to that. Now, I believe actually that there is power available to us to have over them, but we can't be getting it from them. If you look at the children of Israel, the only way that they got power over the Egyptian is the Most High gave it to them. We are not looking to the Most High to get power over our enemies. We're looking to our enemies to give us power over them. That's not going to happen. It's never happened in the history of the world. Exactly, P. Holmes. Gullible. Gullible. We are gullible. I want to share some things with you. Okay, so I just wanted to touch on this. This at the beginning of the book, I was just like, wow. And I'm just starting to read the book. I'm reading like several books here. But I want to show you something that's been a controversy in the news. I want to show you something. I'm going to share my screen with you. Something that's a controversy in the news. And I'm going to show you how warped we are. I want to give you an example of how we seek power from people to have power over them. And I think, and I'm going to be quite frank with you, I think some of us seek power from our enemies just to survive with them. We don't even want power over our enemies. Even from a delusional standpoint of view, we don't even want power over our enemies from a delusional standpoint of view, from a misguided standpoint of view. We don't even want, I'm telling you, y'all, we are destroyed. I want power over all my enemies, okay? And I don't want power from my enemies to, that's not enough power. Woo-wee, that's not enough power. I want blowout power, okay? Like if we was playing basketball, you have 1 point, you don't have a no point, and I have like 100 points. That's the kind of power I want over my enemies. You can't get that power from your enemies. You can't get that kind of power over your enemies, y'all. I don't know what's going on with us. We want power from our enemies so we can use it against them. And then some of us want power over our enemies so we can be our enemies, be like our enemies to the people who are supposed to be with us. See, I'm not with that. Those people need to be decapitated, to be quite frank with you. Cut their head off, put it on a pole. For real. They got to be made an example of, period. I'm going to show you a good example of this right here. I want to show you a good example of this right here. Right cheer, right cheer. Every day's the same. I'm going do-do-do-do-do. Oh, by the way, pounds in since I can't even say it's 5 days. Have it been 5 days, honey? 5 days. I lost 10 pounds.
You have to work for them. And boy, have I. But with all that hard work, something has to be easy. For me, it's vitacost.com. Vitacost has all the healthy nutrition I need.
Every day's the same.
Free snacks and super lunches. And vegan proteins if you're for a long day. Vitacost.com is almost too easy.
I didn't mean to play that commercial. Whether it be don't pay, what will never change, will we be made? I know my place, not far from paradise.
Smith Show podcast.
Oh, okay.
Because I thought it was very important to point out the story. The story was written by senior writer.
Oh, you probably can't hear this.
Darren Ravel, friend of mine. Does an outstanding job for the family. I felt compelled to read this story to y'all because I think it's very apropos. This is being talked about. Before we get back to the phones on the NFL draft, let me tell you this about LeVar Ball and his family. And I'm reading directly from a column on ESPN.com written by senior writer Darren Ravel. It says in the
now, I don't mean to get into pop culture stuff and all of that, you know, but these things need to be addressed. I mean, everything that we see in our culture, in this captivity, it needs to be interpreted through Hebrew eyes. It really do. We can't listen to talking heads that are not no Israelite. I'm not saying don't listen to them, but we just got to take it with a grain of salt because it's like, okay, you know, these people don't even know who they are. They don't acknowledge who they are. They don't acknowledge the Most High. So, you know, it's like there's a whole nother perspective and angle to whatever news reports they give. So that's what I'm about to do. Batia, give me that Beats pill. Where did I see that? Thank you, babe.
I'll be proud to call J.B. Prisker my governor.
Get that boy a few million first. Then come with your own brand. Because to do otherwise, it has, and I'm reading directly from a column on ESPN.com written by senior writer Darren Ravel. It says an endorsement deal with Nike, Under Armour, or Adidas is not in the cards for Lonzo Ball. Ball's father, LeVar, confirmed that the three shoe and apparel companies informed him they were not interested in completing a deal with his son. Sources with the three companies told ESPN.com that they indeed were moving on. Never in the history of modern-day shoe endorsements have the big companies all stepped away from a potential top pick nearly 2 months before the NBA draft. But LeVar...
You heard that, right? They said never in the history of the NBA have the shoe companies stepped away from one of the top picks in the draft 2 months before the pick. They said this is unprecedented, but there's a reason why they pulling back. And you're going to see what's going on with this Stephen A. Smith, and not just Stephen A. Smith, but how the black slave mind thinks. You're going to see here.
At Sports Business Journal's World Congress of Sports called LeVar, quote, the worst thing that happened to basketball in the last 100 years.
Now, LeVar Ball is the father, okay? LeVar Ball is the father. Lonzo Ball is the son. All right? Now, you got to listen to what he's saying, what these people are saying about the daddy, the black father. They saying he's the worst thing to happen to basketball in 100 years. But hold that thought. Don't jump to no conclusion because he's a black father. I want you to hear the whole thing because see, the slave stuff is about to come out real quick. We love that slave stuff. Come on.
And by all accounts, he appears to be a good man and a good father who's just being opportunistic at a time it's that much more valuable, end quote. I've heard enough. Ladies and gentlemen, let me preface my comments by saying I like LeVar Ball.
Uh-oh.
Looking for an endorsement deal, LeVar told ESPN. We're looking for co-branding, a true partner. But they're not ready for that because they're not used to that model. But hey, the taxi industry wasn't ready for Uber either. That is a quote from...
This is the Stephen A. Smith Show podcast.
Can y'all hear this okay?
Story, because I thought it was very important to point out the story. This story was written by senior writer for ESPN, Darren Rovell, a friend of mine. Does an outstanding job for the family. Felt compelled to read this story to y'all because I think it's very apropos that this story is being talked about. Before we get back to the...
Can you guys hear this okay? Give me a 1 if you can hear this. Especially you, Sister Mariah. Okay, good.
Nike, Under Armour, or Adidas is not in the cards for Lonzo Ball. Ball's father, LeVar, confirmed that the 3 shoe and apparel companies informed him they were not interested in completing a deal with his son. Sources with the 3 companies told ESPN.com that they indeed were moving on. Never in the history of modern-day shoe endorsements have the big companies all stepped away from a potential top pick nearly 2 months before the NBA draft.
So here you got White Daddy, the 3 big shoe companies in the world that endorse sport team players. All the white daddies and white mommies don't want to jump in. Why? Because black daddy wants to be co-partner. And you know what they're saying? Nigga, please. They say, nigga, please. You're the slave. We're the masters. We're the slave masters. You don't step to us like that. You one of these uppity Negroes. Woo! Now we're going to look at this thing, y'all. We're going to unpack this thing. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how I see news when I hear it in the media. I don't hear it the same way everybody hear it. I hear it a whole different way.
To do their own thing. No one owned their own brand before they turned pro. We do. And I have 3 sons, so it's that much more valuable, end quote.
You heard what his daddy said. Oh, that boy bad. Good grief. Ball is a beast. He's a man's man, okay? I just hate he's married to a white woman. But Lonzo Ball is a beast. He is a big baller. The brother is thinking ahead. He's a pioneer thinker. He's a disruptive thinker. He's a critical thinker. He should hook up with Stephen Mayberry and his Chinese connection and shake up the world. He might be hooked up to him already. I like this Lonzo Ball. I like this Lonzo Ball. I like him. He's married to a white woman, but I like Lonzo Ball. Watch this, y'all.
before they turn pro. We do. And I have three sons.
I want y'all to hear that
it's
part.
That much more valuable. Sometimes business people say, when the way of doing things changes. Quote, just imagine how rich Tiger, Kobe, Serena, Jordan, and LeBron would have been if they dared to do their own thing. No one owned their own brand before they turned pro. We do. And I have three sons, so it's that much more valuable.
Wow. See, Lonzo Ball sees the value in his sons. Lonzo Ball sees the value in his family. That's a man's man, okay? And he's sowing that spirit in his sons. Woo! And look what he said about Serena, Magic, and Jordan. He said if they would have owned their own company before they turned, people think that's a bad thing, what he's doing. They like, well, your son is not even in the NBA yet, and y'all starting your own company. Just like a little field slave nigga. We at the bottom, no matter if we start our company before we in the NBA or after we in the NBA. We still at the bottom. And you gonna tell me don't even start one? Is Stephen A listening to what the words that are coming out of his mouth? But Stephen A ain't got no vision. He ain't got no vision. If he had a vision, watch this. If he had a vision, he would get up under. I want to tell you something. If I find somebody with more vision than me that I could get along with, I will get up under them and support them. I would do it. Oh, no problem. It's no problem, baby. I want us to be successful. I want you to be successful so I can be successful. I have no problem with that. But instead, Stephen A is on his radio station, and on the sly, he downing the brother. Downing a black man for starting a family business? Are you nuts? You're the devil that the Bible speaks of.
$39 for Kentucky in that Sweet 16 NCAA tournament game in which Kentucky beat UCLA. Lonzo Ball had a mediocre performance to be calm. 10 points, 4 shots made. This dude got outplayed. When I met him, good Lord, does he need to be in a weight room? The dad.
You see how now he's attacking his son. The boy is only 19 years old, y'all. Yeah, he gonna look like he needs to get in the gym. Everybody don't have the same genetics. The boy is only 19. The boy's only 19. He'll put weight on. Okay, he had a bad game. He can't be that bad if he the first or second pick, depending on if LA chooses. Get it. Now he's going to attack the son for how skinny he is. The boy can shoot. The boy could run. He could play. He's an elite player. Exactly. The brother ain't been developed yet. 19. Come on, Stephen. So attack the father for having vision and starting a family business. And instead of letting Massa slave y'all with a shoe deal and lock y'all into a shoe deal, then they get people like Stephen A to come out and, Yeah, it don't make sense. It's terrible business acumen and all this kind of stuff. It's like, wow. But they pay Stephen A enough to kill his own people. They pay Stephen A enough to kill his own people's vision, kill his own people's ideas, kill their dreams and aspiration. Don't think it's not killing, y'all. That's murder. That's murder.
Of himself lifted weights, it would have been nice to see Lonzo there lifted. So when we look at it from that standpoint, those are the kind of elements that can't be ignored. And if you're LeVar Ball, here's my issue. If you have so much faith in your sons and their ability to play ball, in this particular case, Lonzo, and he swept.
Y'all hear this demon? If you have so much faith in your sons, you're going to question the faith of a father in his son? Stop. You don't have knowledge. You out of bounds, brother. This is murder. This is white supremacy. This is the spirit of Esau. We're listening to it right now. This don't make no sense, y'all. Who are you, man? See, I couldn't be on TV because I'd be looking ugly. I couldn't be on TV because the prophet will come out, okay? He's going to question his father's belief in his own son. And the father is betting the farm on his son. If that don't speak to how much he trusts in his son, what does? He's betting everything. He's going all in on his sons. He's preemptively designed a shoe, marketed a shoe, and he's even selling the shoe now. Now he's selling the shoe. The father is putting everything in his son. That's what it's supposed to be like, Stephen A. I wonder what the A is for.
Am I lying?
Oh my!
You trying to tell me Lonzo Ball can't get a shoe deal? He could get a shoe deal a day. He could get a shoe deal a day, paying him at least $5 million a year.
That's biscuits. That's butter biscuits, y'all. That's a little slave meal. That's in the grand scheme of things, that's a little slave piecemeal. They are starting a shoe company, okay? This guy is stuck on $5 million signing bonus. You know what? They're gonna be able to make be able to make billions, not millions. Lonzo Ball said, I'm not interested in millions. He said, I'm interested in billions. He said, we got enough millionaires. We need some billionaires. Hello, exactly, P. Holmes. Like love and trust in your son and belief in your son, I don't know what is. I bet you Stephen A. don't believe in his sons, his children like this. His sons or his daughters like this. This is, when I was listening to what Lonzo Ball was doing with his sons, I was convicted. I was convicted. I said, man, I need to believe in my children more. I was convicted. I had to pray and repent of my sins. Ceiling up for my children. And the ceiling ain't even high. The guy's putting everything on the line for his sons. And this, oh boy, I'm about to slip and say some words. This guy, y'all, this is of the devil, y'all. This is the spirit of Esau I'm telling you about. A so-called brother.
Lonzo Ball has nothing to do with this story. It appears as if LeVar Ball has everything to do with this story. And if that is true, to my brother LeVar Ball, who I genuinely like,
you better watch out for these people that pay you compliments when they're about to blast you. Little double talking, fork tongue demon. Oh, I genuinely like you. And you're going to question a black father's faith in his son? Wow. But I genuinely like you. You better watch out for these demons, boy. This is a demonic spirit that is prevalent among black people. This guy thinks he's giving constructive criticism. It's nothing constructive he's doing. It's nothing objective about what he's saying. Nothing.
Arizona, you're live with Stephen A. What's going on, man? How are you?
Good. Thanks for taking my call. I just had a quick comment. It kind of irritated me. I'm a Packer fan.
I didn't want to hear that.
Like a Kobe, Serena, Jordan, LeBron would have been if they did to do their own thing. No one owned their own brand before they turned pro. We do. I have 3 sons, so it's that much more valuable. All of those folks are filthy rich. Every one of those individuals you mentioned.
Okay. Filthy rich house slaves. Okay. None of those people he mentioned. Let's listen to it again. Let's look at the names he dropped.
Instead of the NCAA. It's not wrong when the NCAA does it. It's not wrong when the NBA or shoe companies do it. But it's wrong if I do it as a dad? I don't think so. Those were his words to me. I don't disagree with that point that LeVar Ball has made on behalf of his sons. Here's my problem. The quote that he gave, just imagine how rich Tiger, Kobe, Serena, Jordan, LeBron would have been if they dared to do their own thing. No one owned.
You notice how he didn't say, you notice how he didn't critique what he said as fact about the college teams and stuff? See, everybody's waiting for LeVar Ball to put up numbers in the NBA. But let me tell you something. The boy's been putting up numbers ever since he was 5 years old. And ain't got paid for it. And haven't got paid. And I'm going to say this too. Y'all better stop. Black folk, we need to stop this. This is what we need to stop. Anytime you start asking for money and you've been putting in some work, oh no, see, I thought you was, no, whoa, wait a minute. Ain't you been enjoying it? Haven't you been enjoying the service? Haven't you been enjoying all the free samples? Well, why is it if a person put a donate button up, people start getting squeamish and funny? Why? So they don't put and I'm not going to put up a donate button. By the way, I'm not going to put a donate button on this channel. I'm not going to do it. Not on this channel. I got other channels, but I'm not going to put one up on this channel. But the very people that complain about a donate button, they won't send you nothing. They know you got an internet connection. They know you got a phone bill. They know you got DSL, lights, electricity, and they just enjoy it. They enjoy it. They say, man, it's really a blessing. They ain't gonna send you nothing. And if you put up a button, which I'm not going to do, understand that. I'm not gonna put never have. Look at my channel, y'all. I've had this channel for 8 years. I've never put a button on my channel. I've never solicited any money at all. But when people see that you do something for your heart, they really do think it's free. No, whenever somebody do something from their heart, it's costing them something. Believe that. Believe it. When anybody does something from the heart and they do it with excellence and pride, it costing them something. Believe it. Believe it. But because we're not spiritual, we don't know when something is being done and it's costing somebody something. We can't even discern that. We think it's free. We think it's free. No, nothing is free that's done with labor and passion and love. Nothing. Not having a baby, not going to work, not cutting the grass, not cutting hair, nothing. If you're cutting hair for free and you're good at it, it's costing you something. Now, I know the people that come and get their hair cut for free, guess what? They think it's for free. They think it don't cost you nothing. They think it don't cost you nothing because you're not charging them nothing. That's how the wicked mind operates. Well, I didn't pay anything for it, so it's not costing him anything. No, it's not costing him time to cut your hair. And then you come and ask for crazy designs, crazy styles that take an hour and a half to do. And people think it's free. No, it's not free. And when I get through, you're like, man, this is the best haircut I've ever had. And it's and you like, and you're gracious, and you say, I'm glad that I could serve you. And they don't think nothing else about it. They don't think nothing else about it. Nothing. Matter of fact, when I say nothing, I mean they don't put no value on it. None. Why? Because you did it from your heart. And I noticed that people don't know how to receive things that come from people's heart. They don't know how to receive it. And you could tell because they think that, hey, you know, all right, it's just, he's just doing something just to be doing it. She just doing something just to do it. No, you're being an ingrate.
So Ball has nothing to do with this story. It appears as if LeVar Ball has everything to do with this story.
Yeah, LeVar Ball is doing everything with the story. He's the daddy. He's the daddy. He's navigating a future for his sons. Look at this guy. I bet you this guy's selfish as hell.
Long before he ever bounces a basketball in the NBA come this fall, just by getting a sneaker deal, a shoe deal. Don't get in the way of that. Revisit this another day.
This guy has the slave mentality of the super coon, okay? The super coon. Wow. Let me tell you something, y'all. What LeVar Ball, the father, is doing for his son is awesome. Plain and simple. It's awesome, strategic, and I want to tell you what it also is. It's a threat to the shoe market. Big time. Big time. Could you imagine what's going to happen if his son puts up the numbers? Now, his son does have to put up the numbers, but his son been putting up the numbers. His son been putting up the numbers. So it's no reason to suggest that he's not going to continue to. I would bet on that side. I would bet on my son that he's going to be successful, very successful in the NBA. I'm going to bet, if there's an error, I'm going to err on that side. I'm going to err on the side of believing in my son, not believing in my son. Now, he gets in the NBA. Watch this, y'all. If he gets in the NBA and becomes MVP in his first year, guess what's going to happen, y'all? Guess what's going to happen to the shoe sales? Y'all, it's going to be crazy. Guess how Under Armour, Nike, and Adidas going to be looking at them? They're going to be looking at them with their mouth open. Like, wow. You know what this also is going to mean? Other players, guess what, y'all? Other players are going to start wearing his shoes. They're going to have their own design of the Big Baller brand. Oh, and don't Big Baller just sounds obnoxious? Don't it just sounds obnoxiously arrogant? I love it. I love it. Big Baller brand. Ay, ay, ay. I love it. They says obnoxious. You got that right, baby. Obnoxious success. Obnoxious vision. Oh, Big Baller brand. Oh, well, it's testosterone laden. Yeah, we need some. In a time where our men are becoming faggots and transsexual, we need some hyper testosterone. Now, I ain't mad at it. Tempered. It needs to be tempered, but we need it. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Woo!
To get to, and I know that we're going to have some challenges ahead of us.
There's just a lot of ice out there. I might be white knuckling it now. Getting a little nervous here.
Which way do I go?
Well, I'm really thinking right.
No, it's definitely left.
McCaffrey could play. I said it before and I said it again. It's reverse discrimination.
You hear this guy? Reverse discrimination. Oh, a black man believes in his son. They're going to start a company, and a nigga says reverse discrimination. Oh my! You see why the first people that's got to be killed when we start doing something is these type of people. They got to be killed, y'all. They got to be marginalized, stigmatized, and anathemized. They have to. He gonna say reverse discrimination, and we don't even own a shoe company that's in the NBA? How is this reverse discrimination? Oh my. Y'all, this is demonic witchcraft, demon worship, murder in the heart talk language.
In New Jersey, you're live with Stephen A. What's up, Mark?
This is Mark.
Okay, that's it for that. That's it for that. Y'all, I was listening to that the other day, and I was like, oh, Lordy, this guy is crazy. Reverse discrimination. A slave. How can a slave practice reverse discrimination? I don't. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Oh, no. Reverse discrimination. Wow. And you know, they got to get a black person to say that. All the stuff that he said, they got to get a black person to say that. And they pay him enough for him to say it. Wow. We better stop this, y'all. But Stephen A. is not about to stop this. He's getting paid way too much. All his bills are based on this kind of rhetoric. He's been doing this a long time. It's not going to stop. That's why these guys have to be marginalized. They have to be marginalized, neutralized. They have to. I seen this when I was a Christian, and I see it now among Hebrew Israelites. Nobody believes in nobody. Nobody believes that what you're doing is valuable. Lonzo Ball, the father, said they gonna have for every one of these bees. His logo is 3 bees. He said for every one of these 3 bees, they're gonna have to give me $1 billion. That's what I'm talking. He said for every one of these bees on my chest, because they have a logo and it has 3 bees. He said for every one of these bees, they're going to have to give me $1 billion. He said these bees also represent billion, not million. It's like, wow. I said, this brother going in. Now, I understand that the sports stuff is really not of the Most High. I'm not into sports at all, y'all. I'm not into sports. I don't know nothing about sports. But I am going to follow this Lonzo Ball story and see how it unfolds. I'm going to follow this. I'm going to watch this. I'm going to keep a tab on this. I want to watch the developments and unfoldings of this. I'm going to watch this. I'm going to watch this. And what is the takeaway from that for me as an Israelite? The takeaway from that for me as an Israelite is that, yeah, I really hope they're successful too. I can't afford the shoes. I would never buy a shoe that's $450. I don't think I've ever bought a shoe. I think the most, I don't even think I've ever bought a shoe over 150. I think the most expensive shoe I've ever bought has been like 150, and it was a work boot. A work boot. It was something practical. They got a slip on. Hey, y'all. They got a slip on. That's a little bit like this, but the toes are out. They got a slip on. It costs $220. $220. I would never buy them because I know they got the shoes made for like $5 or less, $1. And I'm not hating. I'm not hating. That's just not my thing. You know, that's not my thing. You see. But I mean, this guy's gonna go a long way. His last name is Ball, and he created the Baller brand. He's gonna be going up against Nike, Under Armour, and Adidas. You go, brother. You go. You kill that thing. I hope he becomes the agent for his sons. I hope he becomes the agent of his sons. Okay? That's going to be awesome. Now, the only thing about this, Prophet, try to find the clip of him and the white girl exchange. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he checked her hard. Most black men can't check no blonde haired, blue-eyed woman like that. They're going to be millie mouth, and they're going to start getting, mush mouth. No, they ain't gonna go up against no blonde hair, blue-eyed, and she's pretty. They're not gonna go up against they're gonna become real submissive. But I like the way he went in on her. He gutted that woman. She ain't never seen no Negro go up against her like that. He didn't even look at her. He wasn't phased at how she looked or nothing like that. I mean, because of course he got a white, blonde, blue-eyed woman at home. So he used to a white, blonde, blue-eyed woman. He even told her, I'm scared of you. I said, you go, brother. He gutted her. He filleted her. And then she tried to play the white woman. Oh, I'm threatened. I feel threatened. I'm threatened. I'm threatened. I'm threatened. Oh no. She went there with it. So As long as you a slave on the field and you just get your little endorsement deal and you eat your 3 square meals from massa, everybody's happy. But when you start saying you're going to start your own business, or no, you're going to compete with massa, guess who they're going to push out front? They're going to push people like Stephen A. out front. They're going to push people like Shaq. Shaq opened his mouth and said, you know, well, you know, you shouldn't be charging kids $450. He said $450 per shoe. He said these are not for kids. He said these for big ballers. So you go, boy. Kill it. He said these for big ballers. He said tricks are for kids. I said, you go, boy. That boy is good. I love him. I love him. He like slapped Shaq all up in the mouth. I said, I love it. Love it. Love it when I see a brother who's confident, not scared. He not scared of white folk. He talked to master like they equal. No, he's talking to master like he's superior. You ought to see the way he carry himself. And yes, he is braggadocious and all of that and over the top, but that's okay. What's wrong with a black man being over the top? There's nothing wrong with massa being over the top. And my other issue, right? So, y'all, we have to love our children. We have to believe in our children. We have to motivate our children. We have to gamble on our children. Gamble on your children. Put something in your children that you're willing to bet gamble on. That's what Lonzo did. That's what Yahuwah did. He put something in his son, not that he could gamble on, but that he could believe in, that he could trust in. But the reason why a lot of people are not willing to put nothing into their children is because they didn't put nothing in them. They ain't put nothing in them. The reason why you could jump in your car and drive 100 miles is because you put some gas in it. You're not going to go jump in your car and drive 100 miles and it's on E. Stop it. Just stop. This is how you know when people really believe in you. This is how you know when people really love you. And let me say this. When people that really love you, guess what? They're going to sow into you. They're going to believe in you. They're going to invest in you. They will. People that don't believe in themselves and don't trust nobody else, guess what? They're going to keep everything to themselves. And they're going to misappropriate things. They're going to give stuff to people that don't believe in them before they give it to people that believe in them. They will do it. I've seen it happen in church all the time. It happens in the black community every week. People give tithes, offerings, and all kinds of stuff to these pastors. Cooked meals, tickets to the game, buying brand new suits, cars. And the pastor don't even believe in them. Pastor don't even know where they live. So there's a sickness among our people. when you really believe in something and you're really excited about something, nobody's going to have to cajole you to invest in them. They're not going to have to twist your arm for you to invest in them. They're not going to have to imply anything for you to invest in them. And let me say this, if you have to have your arm twisted or you have to be cajoled into doing it, it don't necessarily mean that you don't really believe, but it means that you really don't have a real clear concept on how to trust, how to believe. I won't say that you won't believe carte blanche, but it says that you have a hard time processing things. Your car is not going to keep driving you around if you don't put gas in it. Stop. Stop it. You're not going to keep having to ride the bus and you're going to ride it for free. You're not going to do it. If you don't have any money in your pocket, you're not going to get on the bus or the train. You're not going to do it. If you don't invest in your mate, guess what? Guess what? There's going to be some problems. If you don't invest in the well-being of your mate, there's going to be a problem. I think a lot of people, oh Lord. I think a lot of people think that because their mate is there every day, waiting on them, believing in them, trusting in them, they think it's for free. It's not for free, y'all. Nothing is. It's costing your mate something to believe in you. It is. It's costing your mate to believe in you. And just because you're married don't mean you believe in your mate. Stop. Just because you married don't mean you believe in your mate. I've seen a lot of couples where they married and they don't believe in each other at all. At all. They don't believe. They have children and everything, but they don't believe. Don't be, hey, y'all, people that believe in you, believe in them back. Within reason, believe in them back. Don't just be a give lip service. Believe in them. Make your belief tangible. Because black folks, we got this horrible. We're horrible at this. We will go find a devil and give, you know, I want to do a whole little expose on these guys that have all come out and talked about Yahushua coming back to the earth. You notice that all of them were white. All of them are white. All of them. All of them are white. I did a little cursory investigation on all the people that have ever said that Yahushua is coming back. Guess what? They all white people. All the way up to today. And I'm like, wow. Now, when I say white people, I mean in the context of followings, large following, not no a little guy in his basement with his mama saying, no, not that. Black or white, not those guys. You see? All the guys in history that say that Yahushua is coming back, they all are white people. Harold Campton. Man, there's so many people. They're saying that white Jesus is coming back. So that's another reason why not to believe in. They're not saying the black Mashiach is coming back. They're saying white Jesus coming back. So it's no reason to believe in a white Jesus. All the people that prophesied that he was coming back, he ain't never came. On that alone, you shouldn't even believe in him. Jack Vanapee, exactly. Yep, Jack Vanapee. And you know he's still on TV. Still on TV. TBN predicted that Jesus was coming back around the year like 2000. And they still on TV, making billions. And guess what? The vast majority of the audience is black folk. Black folk love the wicked. They love white daddy, boy. They love some false prophets, boy. We will get behind a false prophet. They don't have to go on they don't have to they don't have to beg either. We will just get behind them like we are like wind up robots. No problem. But the true prophets that are Israelites, that's suspicious. It's real, it's suspect. Black prophet teaching truth, teaching about getting your character together, keeping your family together, getting married. Yeah, that's suspicious. See, that's suspicious as hell there. We need to call Homeland Security on this brother because we never seen him. No, don't give him nothing. Don't, no, never. He ain't on TBN. He ain't got no large following. He's just teaching the truth. It ain't even worth anything, what he's saying. It's astonishing, y'all. And I know that I was raised up in this same spirit. I know I was raised up in the Esau spirit. I know I could look at my family. I could look at my family. They love them some Esau, boy. They love Esau, boy. I've seen some crazy stuff happening in my family with some white folks, talking about some white folks. I've seen some wicked demonic stuff happening from parents to siblings. I've seen some witchcraft stuff happen. And I'm like, wow, we really do hate black people. And I want to tell you something. My family is black as spades. They like black as they come, okay? They hate them some black people. I'm going to tell you that. If they only have 2 pennies to put together, guess what they're going to look for? They're going to find a black person that's got a white person over them, or they're going to find a white person somewhere and they're going to go give it to them. They've done this ever since I've been alive. You can't do nothing with these people. The spirit of Esau is strong in my family. Powerful. And so I fear for myself because I see, man, I'm cut out of the same cloth they cut out of. I said, I got to be very careful. I got to really search myself to see how and process, how am I thinking? Because Esau, ooh, boy. I believe my family would take bullets for Esau. I really do believe that. I'm being quite honest with you. No hyperbole. I really believe they would. They are like a very stringent form of white supremacy. Black as spades, y'all. Black as spades. Beautiful black people. Beautiful looking black people. Beautiful. Rich dark skin. And I know they gotta, when they look in the mirror, they gotta hate the fact that they so black. Looking at the way they think. They gotta hate it. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here, y'all. I just had to vent, and I'm glad that y'all came and to hear me out. I hope you were edified. I didn't mean to hurt any feelings, y'all, but y'all, this is painful, y'all. I'm not looking for white people to do nothing for us. I'm looking for us to do something for ourselves by the power of our God. And that's hard to do. Even with the Lonzo Ball and LaVelle and Lonzo Ball thing. Even with the LaVelle and Lonzo Ball thing. LeVar and Lonzo Ball thing. You know? Now, they think that the NBA is a means to an end. It really isn't. It's a dead end. Even if you got your own shoe company. And I'm not going backtracking on anything I said, but it's like, wow. I'm like, because these guys are so immersed in this shoe company, you know how hard it's going to be for them to come to the Most High? It's going to be almost impossible. Nearly impossible. You know, his sons, they're going to all marry white women. They got to. Their mama is white. The NBA, most of the black men marry white women. Their father is married to a white woman, which is their mama. So it's just amazing. They're gonna get rich. They probably gonna become billionaires, and I hope they do. This is their kingdom. This is their heaven. Their heaven is under the umbrella of white supremacy. They don't know that there's something greater than this. There's a bigger dream. What about having a company for Israel? A shoe company for Israel. But if you do that, you can't be in the NBA though. So it's just, you know, it's sad all the way around with this Stephen A, LeVar Ball. It's all sad, y'all. It's really kind of sad. I'm happy for the brother because I know that that's where his heart is. His heart is, you know, with, you know, succeeding, you know, on the basketball field with his sons and creating a shoe company. And I just hope that the takeaway for us is that we could learn something from this as a people. Y'all, it's not impossible. It's not impossible for us to do something with each other, even if it's like 3 or 4 of us. And I'm going to tell you something. Those of us who don't have skills and talent, start getting that skill and talent. Start developing and growing and nurturing a skill and talent so we can have somebody to lean on for something. I don't care what it is. Soap, write a book, grow a garden, so the people in Israel could depend on you for advice on how to grow a garden. What it is, plumbing, electric, sewing, making candles, something. You can't be in Israel and don't have a skill that you can share and bless your people with through buying, selling, bartering, giving away. You got to have something that you can give. Poetry, exact something. Have something that you can give, y'all. Something you can share and bless your nation with. But anyway, this is Prophet 6, family prophet to the angel of the church, to the Laodicean. Shoelaces, anything, man, bow ties, whatever, fringes, something. Somebody in Israel should be able to turn to you for something that you are expert in. Something. And buy it from you, trade with you, whatever. We want one of the most skilled people. We wanted the most skilled people in the world. And now we don't, all we do is go to work and come home and wait for a check on Friday or every 2 weeks or at the first of the month. You can't build no kingdom thinking like that. You can't build nothing. You hardly can sustain a household with that kind of mentality. But anyway, y'all. Yeah, I've lost 10 pounds in 5 days. I started Monday and today is Friday. So my goal is to break the 215 mark. I ain't never broke the 215 mark in years. I woke up this morning and weighed myself. I actually weighed 217. 217. So actually I've lost 11 pounds. I've lost 11 pounds in a week. And I've been eating. It's been very sparse though, y'all. I think one day I didn't eat nothing for 2 days, and one day I didn't eat nothing for 3 days. And my hand was swollen all this week and it went down. It's still sore. So I'm really trying to get my health together. I really didn't realize how fat I was until I started watching YouTube videos where they were dropping knowledge about what is fat. Because most people tell me I'm just built. I carry my weight well. They like shocked that I weigh as much as I do. Fat. It's fat. So I got to get below 200 pounds. I got to get below 200 pounds. I really do. So this is going to be a long little journey. So I got like 17 more pounds to go. So I want to keep y'all updated, and I might even start a channel where I talk about this weight loss journey. I took some pictures of my little fat gut too. And boy, I looked at those pictures and I was like, oh no, these ain't going up on the internet. I said, oh no. Oh no. Now, if I get my abs back and get my little tapered waist back and start building my guns up again, then I might put those pictures up. But oh no, not now. I was looking at the mirror like I was peeking at the mirror. I was like, oh Lordy. And I want to thank Sister. I want to thank Sister Kodesh for sending me all these herbs she sent me. Good Lord. Fruit, herbs, all kinds of stuff. I mean, this is like, I was like embarrassed. I was like, wow. I was like embarrassed, man. I was like embarrassed. I said, man, And I've been drinking the tea too. Matter of fact, I got some on the stove right now. I got me some burdock root, and I got me some liver and body cleanse tea on the stove right now. Bought me some lemons. So yeah, I'm about to cut some fat here. You know, I'm burning fat now. I'm not burning just water. Now, the 10 pounds, I think most of the 10 pounds was pretty much water. But now, this next week is gonna be hell for me. Because everybody around me is eating and smacking, and their lips all greasy with gravy dripping off of it. And I got a whole firm. Wow. So yeah, I got all kind of stuff up in here I'm drinking. I got all kind of teas and burdock powder and burdock roots and all kind of stuff. Oh boy. So yeah, and I got enough stuff to last me until I can get down to 200 pounds. I got enough teas to last me over. And then I got some other stuff I'm going to order. I got some stuff I'm going to order from Sister Kadesh. Some, what's that? Mulberry? What's that? Mulberry? Mossberry. Sea moss. I'm about to order some sea moss. As soon as I get the price on that, I'm going to order some sea moss and some, some other stuff supposed to be coming my way. So yeah. Oh, by the way, I have been ordering, just to let y'all know, most of the stuff that Sister Kodesh has sent me, she sent it to me free. Surprise, okay? But I have bought stuff for her too. I have bought some teas and some herbs and stuff from her because this is a business for her. So if she's giving to me, it's not free. It's costing her something. Hello. It's costing her something. Now, Kodesh is a real beautiful and loving sister. Okay. She don't want you to give to her after she gave to you. She don't want that. She don't like it. Okay. And I get it. I get it. I get it. I get that. However, you got people that's like me, that if you give them too much, they get uncomfortable. And so, and I be thinking, now all this stuff she sent me costs her something. And even though she did it out the goodness of her heart, I want to show my appreciation, not pay her back, but appreciation. I don't want to dilute her spirit of giving, but I want to show how much I love what she's done. See? So I have to do something for her. Something unique, something special, something from the heart, something that's going to cost me something. Why? Because she's doing stuff, her and her daughter and her husband, they're doing stuff that costs them something. You see? Not to pay her back or to make it even Steven and all that. No. But just to show my love. That's it. That's it. And I know it's going to make her uncomfortable. But hey, that means that she has a hurdle that she has to overcome as well as me. You see? So, you know, and let me say this. When somebody is doing something from their heart, don't think of doing something. Let me hit that before I leave. When somebody is doing something from their heart and they're doing it as an act of disinterested benevolence, don't try to pay that back. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're going to spoil the spirit. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Listen now. Don't do nothing to pay them back and make it even. Don't do it. If you do anything, let it be done with the same spirit that gave them the unction to do what they did. Not to pay back, but from love. You see, they might feel a little squeamish about it. They might think that you're doing it because that you're trying to pay them back, but just allay their concerns by saying, I didn't do it to pay you back. I did it because of love. That's it. And leave it there. Maybe they have a problem receiving. Maybe they just have a problem receiving. Okay? Maybe they have a problem receiving, and they're going to have to become more gracious about receiving as they are about gracious in giving. You see? Because a lot of people who give, they have a problem with receiving. I noticed that. People that are givers, and I'm talking about real givers, not this half behind giving, okay? Real givers, they have a problem receiving. It just goes along with the territory. They don't even expect to receive anything. Notice I didn't say they're looking to receive something. I said they don't expect. But whenever you sow, y'all, whenever you sow anything, you should expect to receive something. You should. I mean, come on, that's just the law of nature, period. The Bible says you reap what you sow. So I don't know why we're not looking for nothing. You should look for something. It's just the way it goes. If you don't put gas in your tank, you don't expect to drive anywhere. You put gas in your tank, you expect to drive. I mean, it's just that simple, period. So, but anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Just want to, break bread with y'all a little bit. And I didn't go over the scriptures that I had planned and everything. But I just want to leave that with y'all. Bless each other, love each other. If you haven't given anything to your wife in a while, give her something, surprise her. Give us something out of the norm that you would normally give her on a very special occasion. Give it to her today. Go get it for her today. Shock the mess out of her. Bring home 12 roses, 2 dozen roses, a dozen or 2 dozen roses. Shock them. Shock your husband with something. Something that he really likes. Just shock him. Something that you normally give him on a really special occasion, give it to him today. It's about giving, y'all. And don't look for anything in return. Now expect something, but don't look for anything. If they don't, like I didn't even give it to you because I wanted you to do something for me. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. You all take it easy. Peace, love, and blessing. This is Prophet 6, family prophet to the angel of the church, to the Laodiceans, who are Israelites. My Hebrew name is Prophet Rawanawabi. Thank you for coming to my channel. I hope this has been a blessing to you. Come again, subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. And I'm out.